Welcome to Bookpods. You know that feeling. When you're working with someone, maybe just hanging out, and it feels like they're deliberately misinterpreting everything you say.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you're both speaking English, but somehow the message just, it ends up on Jupiter.
Yeah, that familiar friction, that sense of just total miscommunication. That's exactly what we're tackling today. We're driving deep into the massive international phenomenon that is Thomas Erikson's book, Surrounded by Idiots.
Right, the title is provocative, sure, but the actual premise is, I think, incredibly generous. It suggests we're often the idiot in someone else's communication system.
Mm.
The book basically says the world is fundamentally divided into four main personality or communication styles, identified by colors: red, yellow, green, and blue.
And our mission for you today is pretty straightforward. We want you to, quickly get a handle on this color system, maybe identify your own natural default style,
Yeah.
and most importantly, walk away with some immediate communication hacks, things you can use right away to adjust how you deliver your message.
The goal is simple, really.
It is. Connect effectively with almost everyone and just reduce that daily frustration.
And that ability to adjust your delivery, that really is the core challenge here, isn't it? We want to understand why talking to some people feels, well, effortless.
Yeah, like you just click.
Exactly. And why talking to others feels like, pulling teeth. It seems to boil down to what motivates each color.
Precisely. So let's unpack these four fundamental drivers.
Go ahead.
Let's look at what each color really prioritizes. These are sort of the engines driving their behavior, their communication style.
Right. Let's start with red. If you are red, you are driven by power and results.
Mm-hmm.
These are your bold, decisive, highly competitive individuals, often natural leaders, really focus relentlessly on the outcome.
And they hate inefficiency.
Yeah.
They often have very, very low tolerance for waiting around.
Definitely. Next is yellow, driven by fun and connection.
Ah, the yellows. They're the life of the party, right? The great inspirers.
Totally. Social, super enthusiastic, talkative, incredibly optimistic. They just thrive on generating new ideas and making sure everyone feels involved, energized.
Absolutely. Then you have green, who are kind of the anchor of the group, motivated by peace and stability.
And they make up the largest chunk of the population, according to the book.
They do. They're the calm, supportive, reliable listeners,
Mm-hmm.
incredibly patient people. But because harmony is so core to them, they absolutely resist sudden change, conflict, or being forced into the spotlight.
Yeah, that makes sense. And finally, the blues, driven by logic and structure.
These are your analytical perfectionists.
Mhm.
Think precise, cautious, critical thinkers who live for the details.
Right. If a decision needs to be absolutely 100% correct, you probably want a blue running the process.
Definitely.
Okay, so those are the concepts. But to make them, sticky, we need to see them in action. Let's use Erikson's dinner party scenario. Imagine throwing these four together to plan an event.
Great example.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you ask this foursome to plan a Saturday night dinner party. The red immediately takes charge.
Yeah.
Date set, time is 7 p.m., tasks are delegated. Done. They aren't interested in consensus polling schedules.
No time for that.
No. They prioritize speed and efficiency to get the party happening.
Okay, then the yellow friend pipes up.
Instantly overflowing with excitement. Suggests a 90s-themed karaoke night, or maybe hiring a magician.
Huh. Always something fun.
Always. A million highly creative, fun ideas, even if they're completely unrealistic or like way over budget. For them, the joy is in the spontaneous ideas, the connection.
And the green. What are they doing amidst all this?
The green is working quietly behind the scenes. They're the ones making sure there are enough chairs, checking on dietary needs.
Ah, the practicalities.
Exactly. Smoothing over potential conflict between the others. They ensure a warm, harmonious environment, but they will never volunteer to host or take charge.
Right. Avoids the spotlight. And the blue.
Oh, the blue.
Mm.
Utterly consumed by the details. They're making spreadsheets, cross-referencing invite lists with food costs, confirming local noise regulations, needing absolute certainty about every single logistical variable before they agree to anything.
They're the ones who just can't relax until every single question is logically answered.
Precisely. Stress city until the plan is perfect.
Yeah.
So understanding your own color, your default, is really the first step to adapting to others. Erikson notes that while most people are blend,
Yeah, it's not like a rigid box.
not at all, but everyone defaults to one primary language when they're under pressure or stress.
Okay, so let's help you, our listener, figure out your default. Erikson gives us a helpful kind of two-step filter based on behavior. Just think about yourself honestly for a moment. Question 1. Are you more introverted or extroverted? Do you get energy from being around people, from external action? Or do you need solitude to recharge and process things internally?
And it's pretty binary here for this model. If you lean extroverted, you're naturally faster paced, action-oriented. That puts you in the red or yellow camp. If you lean introverted, you're probably slower, more reflective, processing internally. That points towards blue or green.
Got it. Question 2. Are you primarily task-focused, which we can think of as logical, or relationship-focused, more emotional?
This one can be a bit trickier. Logical or task-focused people prioritize the outcome, the completion, getting it right, the accuracy of the data.
Right.
That puts you with red or blue. Red wants the outcome fast, blue wants the outcome perfect.
Makes sense. And if you're relationship or emotionally focused?
Then you prioritize harmony, approval, connection. You care more about how the outcome affects people. That places you with yellows and greens.
Okay.
Yellows focus on that high energy engagement and fun, while greens focus on deep listening and stable support.
So by applying those two axes, introvert, extrovert, and task relationship, you should have landed on a primary color. But wait, you said most people are a blend.
Exactly. How much of a mix should you expect? Do the sources suggest it's like a hard line?
No, absolutely not a hard line. Erikson is clear. Everyone has aspects of the other colors. But that primary color, that's your gravitational pull.
Ah, okay.
When things get difficult, when you're stressed, you revert to that color's communication style. And that's where the clash begins.
Because you're basically speaking a language only maybe 25% of the population naturally understands fluently.
Precisely. You expect everyone else to get it, and they just don't.
Right. And the core issue, the reason we sometimes perceive others as, well, idiots, is that your greatest strength, when viewed through another color's filter, often looks like a profound weakness.
Okay, let's explore those friction points. This is fascinating. If your default is red, the results-driven type, you tend to overwhelm people.
How so?
Well, greens see you as aggressively pushy because you demand immediate action and they value process and calm.
Right, it feels like pressure to them.
Exactly. Yellows see you as too serious, maybe even a fun killer, because you skip the engaging stories and small talk they thrive on.
You just want to get to the point.
Right. And blues. Blues think you are utterly reckless because you bypass what they see as necessary details in the name of speed.
Okay, what if you're yellow? The ideas and fun person.
You often find, maybe surprisingly, that you lose credibility over time.
Really? Oh.
Reds see you as unfocused, maybe flaky, because you jump from great idea to great idea without always finishing the last one.
The follow-through.
Yeah. Greens can view you as chaotic and disruptive because you resist routine and stability, which they cherish.
Okay.
And maybe the harshest perception. Blues can see you as fundamentally superficial, craving attention and enthusiasm instead of data and fact.
Ouch. It's got to be tough for a yellow to hear. Is that reaction fair, though?
Well, is it fair? Probably not from the yellow's perspective.
Okay.
But it's the blues reality, right? Because they value data so highly, anything that seems to distract from accuracy feels, well, less credible.
Right, it's about their filter. Okay, let's flip the script.
Yeah.
If you are green-focused on harmony and support, how do you seem difficult?
Reds see you as agonizingly indecisive because you won't just take charge or make a quick call. You want consensus.
Which drives a red crazy.
Totally. Yellows might see you as, frankly, boring, resisting excitement and new ideas because you prefer the status quo. And blues. Blues see you as frustratingly non-committal because you might avoid giving firm specifics if it risks discomfort, prioritizing comfort over absolute clarity.
Okay, one left. If you are blue, the analytical perfectionist, you often overcomplicate everything in the eyes of others.
Reds see you as way too slow, wasting valuable time digging into unnecessary details when they just want to move.
Get it done.
Yeah. Yellows can see you as overly critical because you immediately pick apart the flaws in their big, creative, exciting ideas.
Deflating their balloon a bit.
Exactly. And greens. Greens might see you as nitpicky, threatening the overall peace and harmony by insisting on the most minute, potentially stressful aspects when they just want things to feel smooth.
Wow, so everyone's strengths can really be perceived negatively by someone else.
Exactly. So we've established the pain points, right? The next step is the key, adaptation. And it's crucial. This isn't about changing your identity.
No, not at all.
It's simply about adjusting your delivery, learning to speak the other person's language, essentially.
Okay, so how do we do that? Let's use a quick framework.
Yeah.
How do you adjust your communication style to target the other three colors' core motivations?
All right. When talking to a red, you absolutely must be direct, decisive, and confident.
Get straight to it.
Totally. Focus exclusively on, say, the top 3 points and your recommended next steps. Don't waste their time with background, context, stories. Skip the fluff.
Because they respect speed, clarity, and results above all else.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Now, when talking to a yellow, switch gears completely. Be enthusiastic, positive, engaging.
Bring the energy.
Yes. Focus on fun, stories, the big picture ideas. Encourage them to collaborate, maybe work it out as they go. Keep the details minimal. Keep the energy high.
Right. If you hand them a dense technical manual, you've lost them.
Instantly. Okay. Talking to a green. What's the key?
Slow down. You need to be calm, patient, and supportive.
Acknowledge that any change is a shift. Assure them of your reliability, your support. Never spring a major decision on them suddenly or demand immediate conflict resolution.
They need space, stability, and patience. Time to process.
Exactly. And finally, when talking to a blue,
You must be precise, structured, and factual. Provide the data.
show your work.
Yes. Show the methodology, the step-by-step plan you derive from that data. Don't ask them to just trust you.
That won't fly.
No. Instead, offer them the material for their quick double check, even if you know it won't be quick. And be ready to answer very specific, detailed questions. Respect their need for logic.
Okay, so those are the one-on-one hacks. But if we look at the bigger picture group dynamics, understanding these colors really helps predict why some teams just click and feel unstoppable.
Yeah, and why others feel like they're constantly fighting the tide, just struggling.
The dynamics often align along a couple of dimensions: tempo and focus.
Right. For instance, red and yellow. They share a naturally fast tempo. They both talk quickly, think quickly, which is great for momentum.
Even if they occasionally forget to listen to each other because they're both talking.
True. Conversely, blue and green share a slow tempo. They work really well together when deep analysis and careful consideration are needed.
But they can paralyze a team when quick, decisive action is required. Analysis paralysis.
Exactly. Then if we look at focus, red and blue are both primarily task-focused. They care most about getting the job done, the outcome.
Right, the result.
While green and yellow are more relationship-focused, they prioritize rapport, support, making sure people feel good. They create a great social environment.
So the sources mention the most challenging default pairing is that blue and yellow.
Often, yes. It's highlighted as particularly tricky. The yellow moves too fast, talks too much, feels hampered by all the process the blue needs.
And the blue.
The blue just retreats into analytical silence when they feel overwhelmed by the yellow's energy or lack of structure, which then frustrates the yellow who craves engagement. It's a tough cycle.
Okay, that makes sense. Let's shift finally to stress, because knowing what causes a color to shut down, to withdraw their energy, that's like the ultimate communication defense mechanism, right? Knowing what not to do.
Absolutely. What takes away their power, their engagement?
For the red, the number one stressor is anything that takes away their perceived power or efficiency. They hate being slowed down, micromanaged.
Or being told to calm down or take a deep breath when they feel the need to push forward. That's like waving a red flag at a bull.
Literally. Okay, for the yellow.
It's being ignored or isolated. They thrive on connection. But the most debilitating stressor, public criticism, makes them feel personally attacked. And that bubbly, infectious energy just vanishes instantly. They shut down.
Got it. Greens. What stresses them out?
Unexpected, sudden change is a big one. Or conflict. Since they desperately seek harmony, both internal and external, conflict feels like a personal failure.
So they retreat completely.
Yes. They also really hate being forced into the center of attention.
Okay. And finally, the blues. What pushes their buttons?
Any evidence of careless mistakes, a lack of preparation, or unplanned, abrupt changes to their carefully constructed schedule or methodology.
You mess with their perfect plan, you ruin their day.
Pretty much. And questioning their ideas without solid, logical reasoning, that feels deeply disrespectful to them. They need the why. #outro.
You know, what really stands out here is that this framework, it's a fantastic tool, a really useful tool for effectiveness. But it's a guideline, right? Not some kind of rigid box that defines you completely.
Absolutely. The goal isn't to fundamentally change who you are. It's about making your communication work better with more people.
Right. And that ability to shift your approach, your delivery, that seems paramount. It reminds me of what the source material mentions, that connection to the philosophy of Bruce Lee.
Yeah, the be like water idea.
Exactly. He advised that a masterful fighter, or in this case a communicator, must learn to be formless, shapeless, like water.
Adapting to the vessel you're poured into. It means meeting people where they are, making that connection feel effortless for them.
It's like gaining a superpower, isn't it? The ability to be linguistically multilingual in communication without actually sacrificing your own core identity.
Well put. It's about flexibility.
So, as you, our listener, move on from this deep dive, maybe consider this. Which color's language do you need to actively practice speaking more fluently this week?
Is it the fast-paced, direct language of red?
Yeah.
The patient, supportive language of green? Or maybe the detailed, logical language of blue?
Because mastering even a small shift in your approach, understanding and adapting just a little bit, that's what can lift your entire professional and maybe even personal life.